Okay, y'all, good morning. It's Thursday morning. I'm waiting on Cam to get here. It's 10 minutes to 8, and it's a little bit chilly, man. We got a pretty good bit to do, like 700 or so. A couple properties got added on. One of my commercial customers, they had a couple of rentals that people moved out, and we're going to be taking over those properties until they get somebody else in there. And I've done them all before, with the rental and the landlord people that I deal with. Some of them have 3 or 4 properties. Some of them have 2 or 3 properties. Some of them have 10 properties. A couple of them have more than that. So we're going to be getting to it. But anyway, y'all know what it is, man. It is Get It Thursday. I said Get It Thursday. Deuces. Okay, y'all, so I got some technical difficulties, man. Just, knucklehead stuff is all me, man. I ordered the 2. Well, it goes back to when we went out of town. I took everything out of the truck, and I was putting everything back in the truck, and I got a phone call or something, and anyway, we get out here, and y'all know I just ordered 2 rolls of weed eater string. So we're out of weed eater string, and we got a whole day to go. So and then when I was over there, I was gonna change the tire out because I had plenty of time on the job where Cam was pushing. So I just said, okay, I'll just change the tire when Cam's cutting that backyard with the push mower. So I get over there and I end up breaking the freaking bit, man. So I couldn't get the tire off. The lugs are on there super tight, man. I don't know, but I broke the bit, the damn extension bit. And see, all this is avoidable. I mean, I'm supposed to really, I'm glad that I'm able to, I got enough work right here where I can get Cam going on something else. But it's a pain in the butt, man, because I got to go back home. I got to go back to the house, man. There ain't no way that we're going to be able to go do all 10 of these yards without any weed eater string. And that's just a bonehead move on my part, But luckily I got Cam going on some pretty lucrative stuff that we're doing over here on some crepe myrtles. So hopefully he'll be done with them when I get back, and then we can just carry on with, I haven't went out of my way none until right now. So, but I had to move the list around. That's why I never tell a customer what time I'm coming or whatever. I had to move the list around. So, to accommodate, was there no sense in both of us having to go back to my house? No. Only one of us. So, the one that we were going to do last, I got Cam doing now. And, it set us back about 40 minutes, though. No matter how I look at it. We'll be all right, but, I wouldn't be transparent if I didn't say that I make bonehead moves quite often, it seems like. What the hell, Ray? And I'm looking in that damn mirror right now, and I'm like, because this is just straight rookie shit right here. I did not know we didn't have any weed eater string on the truck. I thought we had a half of a roll, not a half a roll, but enough to, we're not weed eating that much, but Cam ran out of string on the first job. We got that one done. So basically we did the first job, we got that one done. I didn't get the tire changed, and we realized we don't have any weed eater string with us. So, so I still got to change the tire. I may just go and change the tire while I'm at home. See, I should have changed the tire yesterday afternoon. I had plenty of time. There was no excuse in me not changing that tire. I just didn't feel like it, I'll be honest, I just didn't feel like it, man. And I said, well, I'll let Cam change the tire. That my thinking was, I'll show him how to change the tire, you know. And that's, of course, that's a lame excuse, right? But that's mine for the day. But as long as we're getting those crepe myrtles cut and everything, and we're not losing a lot of time or nothing, but it's still, you know, and I could have a flat tire right now, you know, I mean right now. So I should have done changed that tire. It's my own damn fault, and it made me want to smack myself. Yeah, so, well, I just get, you know, I've been trying to, I got a lot of things going on in the background. I've been bidding on skid jobs. I've been, you know, I'm fooling around with this auction, and I'm, you know, trying to make sure that the yard's needed, and just a lot of, you know, I don't have no office personnel to help me do anything. So, you know, well, damn, Ray, why don't you? I don't know, man, because I'm a dummy and I'm a control freak. At least I can look in the mirror and say that, right, y'all? I mean, it's something. It's always something out here every day. So you just, you know, put out the little fires, and you try not to create fires. And you know, it just seems to always be something, man. If it ain't organically happening, then I'm making it happen. And I can't, you know, I can't say, well, if my labor had done this, then I would do that and all that. No, labor ain't got nothing to do with it. This is just lack of focus on my part. So it's ridiculous that those lugs are that tight, man. It shouldn't have never. What I used to you know, to loosen them. It's well, it's an extension. It goes from a half to a 3/8. It's the only. That's what I've been using for years. And it broke. So I don't have, and because I don't have my toolbox out here, which I'm going to grab, I don't have the damn the 1/2 inch 13/16. You got a driveway, stupid shit, man. Anyway, all right, y'all, man, yeah. Okay, so I got the I changed the tire. It took all of 5 minutes. You know, not a big deal. You know, I don't know why I didn't do it yesterday. It's dumb shit, man. And I got the weed eater string, so we ought to be streamlined now. Yeah, gonna be done lost about 30 minutes, man. But you know, it's okay as long as we get everything done. And Cam ought to be about done with the crepe myrtles over here, so we can just start mowing. There's not a lot of, you know, not a lot of weeding anywhere, but you don't want to get real far away from home and not have and run out of weed eater string. So that's my job, is to make sure we have all the equipment. I mean, everything that we need to do the jobs. So, and I know everybody makes mistakes, and you know, me too. But it's for all the guys that say I don't ever tell everybody I make mistakes. It seems like I'm telling everybody I make mistakes a lot more than what I want to. So, for sure. But as long as we're being productive while I'm doing this, that's okay. I mean, that's the best we can do. So, okay, guys. So, we're over here at these two. We don't do that one, but I'm going to pitch another mulching job to the owner over here. They own a lot of properties, and I've already done mulching work for them. So. Be nice to get in there with one, but he don't. But look, I want y'all to see. Look at all the mulching that you could do in here. Look at all that. All the stuff on the ground. Oh, there's a lot of debris back there. Look. Big trees. Look at all that. There's a lot of debris in there. Look at all that, man. That'd be a perfect mulching job. Look. See that big old pine tree in there. Look at all that. This needs mulching more than any job that I've done. So I'm gonna take a few pictures and pitch it to him, and yeah, then me and Cam are going on to the next one, y'all. So I would love to bring the mulch over here, but there's a lot of stuff in there, man. Damn, man, it looks so nice to get rid of all that stuff. So yeah. Okay, y'all, so we're on about the 8th one. We got what, 2 more after this one. Some of the yards, there's a lot of leaves down, and some there's not. But I tell you what, though, this boy Cam, he is getting really good, y'all. He done learned so much, and he's such a humble kid. He is doing really, really good, man. I'm going to have to figure out a way to hold on to him. He is doing really good. He knows he's smart, man. He ain't like having a junkie out here that I've had in the years past. He's a smart kid, man, and he really, you know, I wanted to give him every opportunity, you know, to go to school and you know, but he says he likes working out here, so. But he's doing really good. I'm gonna have to give him more money, man. If he can hold on to next year, boy, I'll grow the business behind me and him. I will. I won't be scared to invest. All right, y'all. Y'all, so that's a wrap on the day, man. It's a wrap on the day. We did good, man. Had a little hiccup where it cost us about 35 minutes, but Cam's getting so good at this that, well, we overcame it pretty easy. It's 2:15, and hell, we had to ride for 30 minutes, you know, so about $800 today, so that ain't bad. And I gave him a little extra. You know, like I was saying earlier, man, he's doing really good, man. And he seems to like being out here, so you know, right? So I want to make sure that he is rewarded. I just hated that we're going into the winter, but like I told you guys in the past, I always save a little money up for guys going, you know, in the winter. But I have a lot more options now than I used to make money in the winter. You know, it's mandatory that I keep him on board this winter. At least let him get a few hundred a week. So whatever I got to do that, that's what I'm going to try to do. At least 200 a week, 250 a week. We can't live on that, but he don't have to. He lives at home with his mama. So, and then work pick back, and now you never know. I get a bunch of skid work, and he can make more. But I'm talking about if I don't do anything, it's worthy of me giving him 200 a week. If we don't do nothing, and y'all know me, I'm not built in a way to where I don't do nothing. So, and he's learning a lot, man. I wish I was, you know, when I was his age, I was as smart as he is, because he's a smart guy. And it's really evident when you compare him to all the Jays that I've had out here. He's calm, cool, and collect, too. I like that. He's disciplined with his money. I like that. You know, he comes to work every day. I like that. He don't never get an attitude about nothing. I like that. He listens to what I'm telling him. I like that. I mean, what's not to like? You know? You know, I've been waiting all summer on the other shoe to drop. I've been waiting on it, and it ain't happened yet. And, you know, a lot of you guys that are been watching the channel all summer, I mean, you guys were thinking the same thing. I mean, you know, it's definitely an anomaly, you know. So I got a couple yards in the neighborhood that we're gonna do tomorrow, and in the morning I'm just gonna send him, you know, he can hop on a mower and go down the street and do a couple of properties while I'm fooling with that auction. I should know something, you know, by, you know, 9:30, I would say. So, but I know that, you know, at the very last few minutes of the auction, you know, somebody gonna try to pull some slick shit, you know, as far as, you know, keep bidding. You gotta stay on it, man. And I don't know how I can bid on 4 things at one time if they all close at the same time. Can I open up different tabs and have? That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna go home and set the computer up for all that, have it all ready, where I can see all 4 of these things going. Because if you don't have all 4 of them opened up, maneuvering around the website is kind of, well, you might lose out on because of that. You know, I told Cam that you know, if we can get everything done today and tomorrow, then I'll have him come out on Saturday and he can make even more money. Because he can help me over there at that skid job, and I'll throw him. I mean, he can help me for 3 hours. I'll throw him $100 real quick, just to kind of be there on the ground, to kind of do some of the menial stuff that, well, the machine can do, but it's a lot quicker for a guy on the ground to do it, right? But I wouldn't even think about doing that if you weren't doing so good out here. I want to reward him, but I don't want to go backwards doing it. I will, but I don't want to, you know. So he can do a few things on that job on Saturday to where I'm okay with giving him, you know, $100 for his work and time. If he spends about 2 or 3 hours over there, I'll give him $100. But he doesn't have to spend the whole day. Because I don't mind, as long as, you know, they're worthy of that. See, the guys I've had out here before this year, they're not worthy of that. They take their money and they're always borrowing money, and they're always needing money, and then they want to try to shortchange me on the labor, and, you know, all the things that, well, are telltale signs that somebody ain't so great, you know. You know, Zach was and it's sad to say this, Zach was the best worker I had out here until this year. But it took Zach years to learn what Cam has learned in one summer. Cam knows what to do. I mean, if Cam would get a driver's license, I wouldn't be totally against him going and doing some of the properties. Because he's great on a lawnmower. Not as good as me, I don't expect him to be. But he's very conscious of where everything's going when you're mowing. Not like that Toby guy out here. That Toby guy was out here. He didn't pay no attention to where the grass was where he was throwing the grass or debris. And that's because he was used to using a mulching mower where he didn't have to think about nothing. And, you know, you're not going to make really top dollar and time-wise where I'm at on the yards that I do with a mulching mower. You'll do okay, but some of the grass you're not going to be able to cut. It's going to take you longer, and you're going to be wearing shit out too. Cam has never used a mulching mower. He's never closed the chute blocker. I want on the mower that he uses. So he doesn't know. All he knows is stuff's coming out of that damn chute right there, and I gotta watch where the hell I blow it. so I don't hit nothing, tear nothing up or anything. And you want guys to know that and get used to that. I don't want a guy that ain't never dealt with the chute, because to make top dollar out here on most of the properties that I do, the chute is up, the chute is open, and you're blowing debris and grass and whatever. And when you look at all of what I just said, and then you look at the dude is 16 years old. So yeah, I feel so blessed, you know, to have him out here, and grateful, and Phil too. But I know Phil's a temporary thing. Phil's not going to be out here for long, you know. And so where do I have to put, you know, emphasis on? Phil knows a lot more. Phil's older, but Phil is not going to be out here forever, and Cam might not be either. But Cam has more of an upside than Phil. Not that Phil don't have an upside. If Phil told me, "Hey man, I want to be out here, and I'm not going to be a pilot no more. I want to come out here and work," then okay. Then Phil has a bigger upside. Phil is the veteran. If you were like looking at it in a football analogy, Phil is the veteran, and Cam's the rookie. And the rookie has more upside than the vet, because the vet might Phil might take a pilot job somewhere. And I love Phil, and me and Phil have talked about it. You know, Phil wouldn't be mad at me for saying this. But Cam's upside is long term, and he's not sweating the money so much. A lot of little things that I've dealt with in the past that I'm not having to deal with now, and that gives me peace of mind. I don't mind paying a guy more money when I know that he ain't no dope fiend, right? Well, it ain't none of your business what they do in their off time. No, it ain't. But it's my business on what I pay them, and I don't have to fund a drug addict, you know? And that's what I've been doing for years. Zach, Bo, and I can name quite a few more. I've had many alcoholics out here, and they're worse than the drug addicts. They never last long. Cam ain't an alcoholic, he ain't a drug addict. I mean, you know, he's 16. Hey, shit. It just, I don't know, man. It just makes me grateful to have him out here, because he could actually make a lot of money. He's young enough to where he can learn a lot from me, and he can make a lot of money, a lot, in the course of his next 10 years. Now, if you go to a young man and you expect the young man to work out here for 10 years, well, you know, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. But in Cam's case, this is the only job he's ever had, and he's done worked himself into a spot, and he's done the work. He's done worked himself into a spot to where any other job ain't gonna pay him like I can pay him, and maintain that. They're not. So, and I think that Cam really likes. He likes being out here. Now, you know, people grow up and they change and all that, and he's still a kid. I don't want to say a child, but he's a kid, and you know, a lot can change. But if he's coming out here and he's done made it a summer, and he's learned and he's actually picking up what I'm putting down, it won't be long where if his folks move or whatever, he ain't got to move. He can afford to have his own place. Yeah, we're talking about that kind of money. I'm not talking about $20,000 a year. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about big money. Well, big money for what? For what he's doing, and he can always get more. Especially if I hire somebody else too. But you see, anybody that I hire is going to be probably older than Cam, and they're going to be wanting to tell him what to do. And see, that's where they're going to have a problem, because Cam knows the properties, and I don't 100% trust Cam's judgment on the properties, but we'll be 75. The same properties that we do. I mean, it's just, and that's the trick. It's always been the trick for me, is getting a guy out here through a summer and then have him come back the next summer. But and Zach's the only one that's really, and Bo was sporadic either way. Zach's the only one that's really done that consistently. But the thing with Zach is Zach wasn't learning nothing. Zach knew as much as Cam did, and Zach was 30 years old. But Zach couldn't remember nothing. Zach didn't know anything. Zach couldn't even hook a trailer up. He was out here 5 years, 5 summers. He never could make it, through the winter, because I'd be so sick of him and his antics that I didn't want to. That I pretty much let him go every winter. Holler at me in May. That's what I tell Zach. Holler at me in April, dog. And then I might call him from time to time, because I felt no loyalty, because I didn't feel like he had any loyalty. And if you're got guys working for you, I have to be loyal to them, but they also got to be loyal to me. They can't set me up for failure, time after time after time. And it ain't even really nothing that it ain't even really their fault. It's their drug problem, usually, or their vices, whatever that is. But I'm gonna get in the house, kick back to Sweet Pea, rest up, and jump on the auction site and see where we're at. Make sure I don't have to up my minimum. And if I think about it in the morning, man, I might turn the camera on when the auction's closing out, when I'm sitting at my desk. Just turn the camera on and y'all just kind of see what I see. But yeah, other than that, y'all, we had a great day, and we got good vibes, man. And I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. So grateful and thankful, man. You guys take care, man. I appreciate y'all watching, man. I kick it.